What's going on, people? It's your boy Tommy Guns. This is the Quote Goats podcast clips, and we back at it again, man. Let's talk about Brett Cooper. I like Brett. I enjoy her content. I've been watching her since she started the comment section. I think she has like great energy. I think she's a great speaker. I think she has the look for, you know, the thing that she does. I think she's gonna go very far in what she's doing, whether she chooses to keep making YouTube content, which I'm pretty sure she is, because she started a new YouTube channel that, if I'm not mistaken, already has 500,000 subscribers, and she hasn't even put a video on it yet. But she just has that it factor when it comes to, you know, being in this space. And, you know, I enjoy her. And I look up to her in a sense because, you know, she was one of the people that inspired me in, you know, my version of what I do on YouTube a few years ago. And, you know, I would say I'm on her radar because she has reacted to a few of my clips in the past as well, along with Ben Shapiro. I'm not so fond of Ben Shapiro because of how he did Candace Owens, but that's a whole nother thing. But okay, recently, a new chick popped up on the comment section. Her producer, I think her name is Reagan. She started doing guest appearances on Brett's show, which is the comment section, like every now and then. You know, in every episode, she would be like, yeah, Brett's going to be back. Don't worry. I'm just doing this episode because she's busy doing something else. And I thought that was a little fishy. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, it looked like they trying to phase Brett out and replace her with this chick. You know, it was just a little bit too, her mannerisms were too much like Brett, and it looked like a Brett clone stepped in with blonde hair, and it looked like they was trying to get the audience used to her in case Brett decided to leave. And I was like, I swear before it ever came out, I said that like a week before it actually happened. So this is Brett's like last episode, and the statement that she made to announce that she was about to leave. And before I give my thoughts on the said statement, let's watch it together.
Hey guys, some of you have heard the rumors online, and the rumors are mostly true. Today, December 10th, will be my last day hosting the comment section and working for the Daily Wire. It is not true that I am being forced out. It was my own choice to leave. And believe me, this is bittersweet. I have had the most unbelievable 3 years helping to craft the show, building this community, and telling stories and sharing the truth every day. Through the comment section, you all have made me braver, more articulate, more thoughtful, more hopeful than I could have ever imagined.
Now, for somebody who watches Brett, you know, she kind of wears her emotions on her sleeve, and you could tell that she was really passionate about every episode, and like she really put time and effort into researching things and being informed about things and being able to speak about things really well. And you could tell that she cared about what she was talking about, you know. But this exit statement is very bland, very robotic, very, you know, I'm doing this with a gun held to my head. Blink twice, Brett, if you're okay. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just not as emotional as I would assume it to be if it was, you know, no foul play behind the scenes. You know, if she seems a little pissed off to even have to be making this statement. But let's keep going.
And I'm grateful that we spent this time together. And I'm grateful that the Daily Wire gave us a platform to grow this community. But at this point in my life, I am ready to take on a new direction, both personally and professionally. This means new challenges and new endeavors, which I will share with you soon. As for this show, the comment section will continue with the Daily Wire. My producer, Reagan, is taking over as host of the comment section.
My producer, Reagan. Supposedly, this Reagan chick was her best friend, the bridesmaid at her recent wedding, and they followed each other, but they no longer follow each other, or Brett unfollowed her, along with the Daily Wire and Jeremy Bourne, and I would assume Ben Shapiro too, but she still follows Matt, and I think Matt's gonna be the next one to leave too. But it's just really fishy. It's just really fishy.
And I wish her and the Daily Wire all the best. We have had 3 great years, and I am proud of what we've accomplished together. Leaving the show and the platforms that we've built is hard, but I'm very excited for what's to come. Knowing
it was a little shake in her voice right there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We have brought so many people together in laughter over these last 3 years means the world to me. I appreciate all of you, so let's chat again soon. But in the meantime, go touch some grass, kick some rocks, and we'll catch up shortly.
Let's chat again. Like, she don't mean none of that shit she talking about. And if I'm not mistaken, before this episode, people were making comments on her Instagram, and they was like, if you leaving against your will, or if there's something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about and you can't speak about, then wear blue on your last episode. And what she got on? Blue.
And now for some final thoughts from the God King himself, Jeremy Boring.
Bittersweet indeed. We're sad to see Brett go, but we're excited to see her take the next step in her journey.
I don't trust this motherfucker, man. I used to like Jeremy Bourne, but with this and with how they did how they did Candace Owens, because you know how they did Candace Owens, as long as she was speaking out against black. Now, I'm not gonna say black people, but as long as she was brave enough to speak to her own community, which is black people, and point out the hypocrisies within the black community and get views that way, they were totally fine with Candace. But as soon as she started saying not so shining things about Israel and the conflict and the hypocrisy of how the American government treats Israel in regards to the whole conflict and how you can't say anything bad about them. And I don't even want to say too much about that subject, but it was just really fishy how they kicked her out just because she had a differing opinion when it comes to that, because Ben Shapiro and the owners of the Daily Wire are Jewish people. And they supposed to, like, the Daily Wire is supposed to be the network that's all about truth and free speech and blah, blah, blah. But they didn't want to afford Candace the privilege of free speech when it was something that they didn't agree with. And Brett and Candace are really close. And I think it was something going on with, like, Brett not sitting too well with Brett, or maybe it was a contract dispute. Maybe her contract was up. The show was doing extremely well, garnering 4 million subscribers over the short time that she's been running the channel, and maybe she wanted more money. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, and there's a whole bunch of rumors going around on the internet about what really happened and what's going on, but I'm just saying it's fishy. I don't like the fact that they replaced her the way that they did. And I don't like how they oust their people and refuse to be transparent about what really happened, and just try to manipulate people in the audience that they've garnered, or completely leave people in the dark about what really happened. You know, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens to Brett's show, because if you look in her comment section, ironically, on every video since it happened, and really videos before it happened, when people kind of started to realize what was happening, and what I think the Daily Wire didn't really account for is the fact that people didn't follow the comment section for the Daily Wire. they followed the comment section because of Brett Cooper, and the comment section is Brett Cooper, and her audience had a real and very personal connection and felt like they had a real relationship with Brett because she was so personable on the show. She was so inviting, and that's what garnered the audience. Not so much the content, not so much the platform itself, but people followed the show because they liked Brett and they got used to Brett. And now that she's not there no more, I think at this point they've lost like 400,000 or 500,000 subscribers. And the more people realize she's not there anymore, the more subscribers they lose and the less views they get per video. And I think their strategy is people are fickle. We're just going to keep posting consistently and eventually it'll die down and people will get used to the new girl and business will go how, like it's been going, and, people just are going to forget and they'll like the other girl, Reagan, as much as they like Brett. But I don't know. I think they're in for a rude awakening, and that channel might be a dud because people don't like that shit. It's not genuine. It's not real. And it's showing that the Daily Wire, in which I found out in this whole debacle, is that they're like $1 billion entity, kind of run in the same realm like the mainstream media. They're not a grassroots. And even Brett's show wasn't a grassroots show that just started organically. Like, they had that show before Brett got there and they just hired her as talent. But the way they ran the show, the way they set up the set made it very personable, and it didn't look like the conglomerate that it is being exposed to being, and I don't think people are going to like that because it shows that they are crafting a certain narrative over there and it's not really organic. So I don't think in the long run it's going to pay off in the way that they think it is, because I don't like it. I don't even watch the Daily Wire content anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because they just, I don't fall into the race shit, but they just seem like a whole bunch of white dudes smoking cigars over there, complaining about the world wanting it to be the way that they see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's gonna bow out too well. But let me know what you think. Get in the comment section. Y'all already know what it is, man. I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Happy New Year. It's 2025. Let's get it. Let's run it up, man. More consistency, more videos, more content coming your way. It's your boy Tommy Guns, and I appreciate you. Peace.
The Podcast.